Picture this: the concrete jungle of New York City, where the Empire State Building watches over the relentless evolution of a skyline that's both ruthless and romantic. But what happens when one of the iconic towers in this ever-changing landscape faces a financial roller coaster? Today, we're diving into the intriguing tale of the New York penthouse that lost a staggering $100 million. New York, the city where each skyscraper tells a story, and in this ever-evolving skyline, sentimentality takes a back seat to the relentless march of progress. The Woolworth Building, a titan since the dawn of the skyscraper era, finds itself entangled in a dance between thriving and merely surviving. Back in 1910, Frank Winfield Woolworth, a retail visionary, envisioned more than just a headquarters. He set in motion the creation of a true architectural marvel, a masterpiece that would later be fondly dubbed the Cathedral of Commerce. A testament to ambition, it stood tall, piercing the sky in an era when skyward ambition was rewriting the rules of urban landscapes. Yet, as the 1960s dawned, a shifting skyline heralded the inevitable. The Woolworth Building, once a beacon of architectural brilliance, now stood in the shadows cast by the rising silhouettes of a new generation of skyscrapers. Architectural trends, like gusts of wind, changed directions, leaving the Woolworth Building at a crossroads. The tower, once the epitome of commercial grandeur, found itself facing a formidable opponent: time. The very force that witnessed its rise was now ushering in an era of architectural metamorphosis. Would it thrive, adapting to the changing tastes and demands of a city that refused to stand still? Or would it merely survive, a relic of a bygone era clinging to the memories etched in its ornate facade? As we peer into the architectural annals of New York, the Woolworth Building emerges not just as a structure of bricks and mortar, but as a character in the city's narrative, navigating the tumultuous currents of progress and reinvention. Thriving or surviving? The dance continues, and only time will unveil the next steps in this fascinating saga. Survival in the grand arena of the Big Apple isn't a tale of heritage alone. It's a saga of adaptability. For the Woolworth Building, the shield of landmark status was more than a symbolic gesture. It was a lifeline in a city where the tides of change wait for none. But this shield didn't materialize effortlessly. In the delicate dance of preservation, the landmark status proved elusive initially. The Preservation Committee in 1970 halted plans to grant the Woolworth Building its due recognition, citing the potential constraints on modifications as a stumbling block. It wasn't until 1982 that the iconic structure was finally anointed as a city landmark. However, this honor came at a cost that soared to $22 million, as every terracotta tile and ornate detail underwent meticulous refurbishment. Tax breaks, like a silent partner, joined the venture, softening the financial blows but leaving a lingering question. What does it truly take for a building to survive, not just in the pages of history, but in the unforgiving present? Fast forward to the present day, and the Woolworth Building, once the standard-bearer of architectural grandeur, found itself on a new battlefield. The pandemic, a disruptor of unprecedented proportions, reshaped the very landscape of work. Office spaces, once bustling hubs of commerce, now echoed with the quiet hum of uncertainty. Remote work, a genie unleashed from its bottle, refused to be contained, and the question reverberated through the towering corridors. Can a building, irrespective of its historic significance, weather the tempests of economic change? The city, once bustling with the rhythm of office life, now grappled with shifting patterns. New York, the financial heartbeat of the nation, faced the reality that remote work, once a temporary necessity, had become an irreversible force. The Woolworth Building, standing as a testament to an era when skyscrapers were not just structures but statements, now found itself at a crossroads. The battle for survival was no longer about the grandeur of architecture alone, but about relevance in a world where the very concept of workspaces was being rewritten. As the Woolworth Building navigated this uncharted terrain, it posed a question not just to its tenants, but to the city itself. Can a building built for one era find its place in the next? The battle for survival had entered a new chapter, and the stakes were higher than ever. The echoes of a bygone era collided with the winds of change, and only time held the answers to this architectural conundrum. Cue the grand plan, the architectural plot twist, luxury accommodation. In 2012, a project of audacious proportions unfurled its blueprints, aiming to transform the upper echelons into 33 lavish apartments and a penthouse that dared to reach for the heavens. This wasn't your run-of-the-mill renovation. Every component of this daring endeavor had to fit into the building's own lift shafts. Talk about a romantic rendezvous with architectural history, but pause the elevator music and hold your architectural horses. Because in the world of luxury, romance doesn't always translate into price tags that titans of wealth are willing to pay. Despite the opulence of these newly minted apartments, meticulously crafted to meet the standards of the discerning elite, and the surge in demand for premium residential properties, the story took an unexpected turn. Sales unfolded at a leisurely pace, akin to a stroll through Central Park, not the Manhattan hustle we're accustomed to. Out of the 33 apartments, only 22 found new owners, and the penthouse, after an epic 6-year stint on the real estate runway, was claimed for a mere $30 million. A stunning figure, no doubt, but a far cry from the lofty dream of $110 million. And here, we arrive at the crux of the Woolworth Building saga. It stands not only as a physical testament of architectural prowess, but as a narrative of resilience, a ballet between the grace of grandeur and the harsh arithmetic of the real estate market. As the Woolworth Building's intricate terracotta facade, which once whispered tales of a bygone era, embraced a new role in the saga, it posed a question that reverberates through the canyons of Manhattan. Can the romanticism of design dance harmoniously with the reality of market demands? The answer, it seems, is as elusive as the view from its pinnacle. For the skyscraper that's been a silent witness to a century's worth of New York stories, the clash between what looks awe-inspiring from the outside and what translates into jaw-dropping prices per square foot echoes through its cavernous halls. The Woolworth Building is not just a tower, it's a story, a narrative that challenges our perceptions of what truly makes a building thrive in the ever-evolving theater of the city. And as we stand on the precipice of architectural uncertainty, gazing up at the Woolworth Building, we're reminded that even for a structure that has weathered a century of storms, nothing is certain. Is this the opening verse of a new era for the Woolworth Building, or just another chapter in its storied history? Only time, that eternal architect, holds the quill to scribe the next lines of this intriguing tale. And there you have it, the roller coaster ride of the New York penthouse that lost $100 million. If you found this journey through architectural twists and financial turns intriguing, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Because here at Billionaire Mindset, we're unraveling stories that blend the drama of wealth with the elegance of architecture. But before you go, don't miss out this video too. We're diving into the controversial plan for Miami's deadly condo site. Yep, you heard it right. Miami's got its own tale of controversy and construction, and you don't want to miss it. Click the link and continue this fascinating journey with us. Until then, stay curious, stay wealthy, and we'll catch you in the next one.